my house shot with a rest bar, shot with a rest bar, shot with a rest bar.
Have you visited us online for the grand opening of KBLA.store? For the best in new merch, gift ideas, books, media, and more, log on to KBLA.store. Be sure to check out our KBLA team favorites at KBLA.store today. That's KBLA.store for all the official merch on your favorite talk radio station, KBLA Talk 1580.
Bounce is back. You ready?
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
I can get it. All right, come on in. Come on. Watch. I don't think they're ready for this. Dark child. I like that.
You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. Oh, yes. Happy birthday, Michael Jackson. That's a nice one, Andy. I like the way he played that one, that specific one. You know, that's a jam right there. This would have been his 65th birthday. Wow. You can let it ride. You can turn it up a little bit. This is a celebration of the one and only, some still call the GOAT, Michael Jackson. Wow. Well, anyway, you are inside the Raw Report, and I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I'm with you Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. on your drive home, or you might already be at home relaxing with your feet up, and if you are, I hope that we're bringing you some energy today. And if you're still stuck in traffic, listen, I hear you, okay? The traffic is not really anything to play with right now. But I hope you are tuning in and you're having yourself an energetic time with us here at the Raw Report. You know it's always going to be a fire show. You already know this. And if you do want to call and, weigh in on a topic, call and say hello, all of that is fine. You can do it. You can call 1-800-920-1580. You can also join us over here on our YouTube chat. I see you guys already. Hello. I see you, Penny Thompson and B. Rose. I see you, girl. Forrest Harrison. Hello to you, Deborah Chakoa. I see all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining in, and feel free to continue to come into the community over on YouTube and say hello. Also, follow us on all of our social media platforms. You should be doing that anyway. KBLA 1580. You should follow me at Robin Ayers on all my social media platforms as well. Wow. Guess who's back? Jay-Z. Jay-Z is back on Instagram, y'all. He's on Instagram. Okay, some of you may not care. For others, it's a big deal. He has now gotten to... Andy, what is that number? 70
about
plus?
77,000.
About 77,000. Just a couple of hours ago, he was at 55,000. Nice, Jay-Z. He's only following one person. You could already guess. He is following his wife, Beyonce, and he was on there to promote a movie that he executive produced. And I'm actually, you know it's going to be on the Raw Report, right? The movie is called The Book of Clarence, and is starring Lakeith Stanfield. You might know him from ATL, that show, Atlanta. Tons of movies and different things. Lakeith Stanfield he's completely on the rise, and he's doing some amazing things. But yes, Jay-Z executive produced this movie, so he went on there and just dropped one post, and he probably will promote that, and he ducks out.
It's at 81K now.
Okay, 81. See, and this is just in a few minutes. I mean, moments.
Like 5 minutes or so.
Literally 5 minutes ago. I mean, so he is growing by the second. So welcome back, Jay-Z. Welcome back. You know, I heard about, speaking of Beyonce, I heard this is a topic right now, and I'm curious. I don't know if this is factual. I tried to look up. I can't find anything. So if you all know, let me know if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, actually, correct Charlemagne the God. He was in a conversation recently where they talked about Beyonce not being able to eat at restaurants. They said Beyonce can't eat at restaurants because of the Michael Jackson law. Happy birthday again, Michael Jackson. The Michael Jackson law, I've never heard of it. Basically, if she goes to a restaurant to eat, that she would incite a riot. I don't know how true this is. According to Charlemagne the God, he says this has happened. She was being placed under this law about 10 years ago. I don't know what Charlemagne is talking about. If you have any idea what he's talking about and you have a link, you have some facts, you got some receipts to back this up, please send it to me. DM me. Go to @Robin Ayers. DM me this information because I need to know. I've seen Beyonce and Jay-Z, you know, maybe not necessarily in California. No, probably in California. You've seen pictures of them on the internet, and they've gone to eat, and they're enjoying themselves. I don't know why this rule is, I don't know. Andy?
I just feel like all they got to do is just, you know, make a reservation, call, and just be like,
yeah,
you know, reserve the space. We're coming through.
Yeah. Well, I think what he's talking about, what Charlemagne is saying, that if they just go, even if they have reservations, that a crowd of people will all try to get at Beyonce, get at Jay-Z, and that alone would incite a riot. Who knows how true this is? If you know, if you are listening right now on the Raw Report and you have the facts and you have the receipts or you have a link, please send it to me. Fahima, you are pretty good at sending me links. Go ahead and send me a link, Fahima, if you are listening. She is great at research, by the way. Find me something that tells me if Beyonce is under this law. Marcus Atkins says, I can believe it. Beyonce and Janet would be in that category. Madonna, too. I see how it could apply. I'm just not sure. I don't know. Again, I need facts. Well, anyway, hopefully they are eating somewhere at a nice restaurant right now. They are coming to Inglewood very, very soon. Very, very soon. Actually, this month or this week. It'll be this week. I know she's performing for her birthday, which is September 4th. She will be here in Inglewood. So that's happening, and that's going down. And so we don't know. Maybe they'll eat at some restaurants while they're here in Inglewood. We shall see. Let's see. That's all we have for you. And actually, no. I did want to mention that Ike Turner Jr., 64 years old, Ike Turner Jr. was released from jail. Good for him. But this is he was arrested at during a traffic stop for trying to hide drugs. He was trying to eat the drugs, but he's been released from jail. I hope the best for this man. It saddens me to see that, you know, he carries his father's last name. He carries this sort of a, I don't know, some would say that it's a curse, you know, when certain things follow you. Some would say that, but hopefully he can get some help while he is out right now. 64 years old, there is still time to turn your life around, Mr. Ike Turner Jr. So that's all we have for you in updates. Andy, let's go ahead and get to the Rob Report.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
Well, you all know we are celebrating 50 years of equal prize money. That deserves a hand clap, Andy. Yeah. So 50 years of equal pay, equal prize money for the U.S. Open and other tournaments. And this is largely in part due to the hard work and the fortitude of none other than Billie Jean King. We have her to thank for that. They're celebrating this year, but in the same year, we've seen Coco Gauff. You know her. She is a rising star, this young black melanated, beautiful woman, 19-year-old Coco Gauff. She just confronted the umpire, the chair umpire, and it is very, very reminiscent of what Serena Williams did in 2018. I'm sure you all saw that, but if you did not, leave it up to me, and we will play that clip for you in just a little while. I want to talk about that. I want to also revisit some of her statements, which she said in her press conference. I thought was so powerful, and to be 19 years old, she has a lot to say. So we will break that down on the other side. We're also going to talk about Billy Porter, whom I really like, by the way. If you follow me enough, you'll know that I like Billy Porter. I truly enjoy watching his journey. I've watched his, or read his book / listened to his book, an audio book. But he had some not so nice things to say to Miss Anna Wintour, editor-in-chief of Vogue. And you also know that she is, we have the Met Gala because of Anna Wintour. And apparently he has been banned from the Met Gala. We'll talk about why, what he said, and what did he say it for? What is he beefing with Anna Wintour for? We'll break it all down for you, of course, on the other side. Thank you, guys. I see all of you, and I will read these comments in just a little bit. But we have more to come inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. So don't you move.
Hey, I'm Damian Young. I'm chilling with Robin on the Raw Report.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to K-Drip, where we play all the best classic water-wasting hits like Sprinklers in the Rain and Leaky Faucets. They're tunes from another time because now that we face a hotter, drier future, every drop counts. Despite an extremely wet winter, keep using less water, fixing leaks, and reusing indoor water for your garden. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more ways to conserve. Up next, brushing your teeth with the water on. K-Drip.
Dominique DePrima here. Having a good credit score is one critical step to obtain a loan to buy a home. But did you know that your credit score is just one factor in getting a mortgage loan? Think about this. Lenders also consider your income, your employment history, current monthly debts, the size of the loan, and the amount of your down payment. Whatever your financial goals, U.S. Bank Access Commitment Initiatives support you in reaching them. Access your personal financial goals at usbank.com/access. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Don't settle for bumps, ingrowns, and itch due to dry skin. Venus for Pubic Hair and Skin is here with the only razor and regimen specifically designed for your pubic area, featuring a razor with a patented irritation defense bar and skincare regimen that is dermatologist and gynecologist tested. Venus helps protect your pubic skin from shave irritation. Visit GilletteVenus.com to learn more about our full regimen of products.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM. A rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Raw Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
I did want to make mention very quickly. I do see you, Mimi. Mimi made a comment that we do need to keep our prayers going for Florida. They're experiencing or about to truly experience a storm. So definitely prayers up to you guys, that whole south area, which we'll be making our way to in just some time. In just a little while, we'll be headed down to Alabama. But right now, definitely Florida is in our prayers. I want to go ahead and get started with this conversation because, again, to me, it's more of a celebratory thing. I'm even looking at Coco Gauff as celebratory. The fact that we are now we are in the 50th year of equal pay and equal prize money. This is such an amazing feat. And here is Coco Gauff on the 50th year confronting an umpire. So let me set the stage for you a little bit. She is in her tournament with Laura Sigmund. Please forgive me if I'm not saying her name correctly. Laura Sigmund. She seemingly, now what it looks like is Coco is having a problem with the fact that every time she is serving, Laura is not ready for the ball. And this happens right before Coco confronts the umpire. She serves the ball, and Laura throws up her hands like, I wasn't ready. And I guess that is the thing that set Coco off. And she goes and she talks to the chair umpire, and this is what she had to say.
She's never ready when I'm serving. She went over the clock like 4 times. You gave her time violation once. How is this fair? No, you're calling the score after the point is over. It's not like we're playing 1 point. You're calling the score like 6 seconds after the point is over.
Yeah, she's 100% right.
You missed her like 4 times. She's never ready. It's not like we're having 30-ball rallies. It's 2 balls. She's going to. I'm going a normal speed. Ask any ref here. I go at medium pace speed. But she can't. It's every single point. And everybody in this crowd knows you're not doing your job. I've been quiet the whole match. Why do you think they clapped when you gave her a time violation? She's been missing for like 6 points. Not first set, every game, second set, every game. I didn't say nothing, but now it's ridiculous. I don't care what she's doing on her serve, but my serve, she has to be ready.
Okay, well said.
And drop the mic right there. She says, I don't care what she does when she serves, but when I serve, she has to be ready. And what the chair umpire tried to tell her was that she was playing speedily. She was serving speedily. And Coco said, no, I play a medium-paced game. She's not fast when she serves. She plays a medium-paced game. And if you follow her, you may know what her pace is. But according to the commentators, the narrators, she was right. And according to the entire audience, they were applauding her because they also agreed with what she was saying. Now, here's the deal. I looked at Coco Gauff and I had many thoughts on this. But number one, I wasn't able to watch the game as they played. I had to watch playbacks. I had to watch highlights and clips, and then did my best to try to really follow what was going on. But what I thought immediately was, wow, this 19-year-old young woman had the nerve and to confront this umpire and really hold her ground and really stand up for herself. And I love that she did it. She was asked about it, of course. Usually things like this is going to happen for an athlete when they have their press conference afterwards. And she had some time to think about it. And this is what she says when she's asked about what she told the umpire.
Honestly, if I could do it all over again, I would have said something earlier, maybe on a changeover, not so much like when I was serving. I would have still done that, but maybe I could have done in the second set, maybe say, hey, to the ref, like, can you watch the time in a more calm way? And then at least it puts it in her head that, I'm aware of it and she should be aware of it as well. So I do think I wish I would have did that earlier. But other than that, I don't regret talking to the ref the way I did. I actually watched the video back when I was taking an ice bath because I wanted to make sure before I came in here, because sometimes, you have these emotions, you forget what you said. And I would still say everything that I said in that moment again.
I know that's right. Come on, Coco. She said I was saying all over again. She did not regret what she had to say because what she said was right. She also called out the umpire when Laura had a seat during their break. She had a seat and she was drinking her juice, and that's against the rules, okay? According to Coco, that was against the rules, and she pointed out to the umpire, she was like, she's sitting down, and she can't do that. So the fact that she has the nerve. Again, I'm trying to think back to when I was 19 years old. That was just like two years ago for me. So okay, if you know, you know. All right. I just love the confidence that she has in a game that she's very confident in, to speak to the umpire in a way that I felt was respectful but standing her ground. And to me and so many other people, it was very, very reminiscent of in 2018 when Serena Williams, I don't know if you watched that game, but when Serena Williams was in her tournament and her coach was also in the audience, and he gave her a thumbs up. He gave her a thumbs up, and the chair umpire accused her of receiving coaching codes and what do you call it, signals and things like that from her coach. And he actually wound up taking a point away. And so, Andy, do we have this clip of Serena Williams? If you did not see this clip, I mean, the entire world stood up for Serena Williams after she said this.
Serena's confused by the score being called out.
This is unbelievable. Every time I play here, I have problems. What? Yeah, that's a warning. I didn't get coaching. I didn't get coaching. You need to make an announcement that I didn't get coaching. I don't cheat. I didn't get coaching. How can you say that? You owe me an apology. You owe me an apology. I have never cheated in my life. I have a daughter and I stand what's right for her, and I've never cheated. And you owe me an apology. You will never do another one again.
I think she's more upset about the insinuation that she was cheating than anything else.
Explain it to you. For you to attack my character is something that's wrong. It's wrong. You attacking my character. Yes, you are. You owe me an apology. You will never, ever, ever be on another court of mine as long as you live. You are the liar.
When are you going to give me my apology?
You owe me an apology. Say it. Say you're sorry. Well, then don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Come on, Serena. She said, you stole a point from me. She's saying that you stole the point from her because you accused her of cheating, which essentially he's saying that because she received coaching from the stands from her coach that she was cheating. And I got chills listening to that all over again because I have never seen someone, you hear the passion in her voice. Andy, did you see that when it happened in 2018? You did as well? To this day, I get chills just listening to that and how powerful it is to hear. I don't know what that is, but I think it's a combination of things for me. It's Serena Williams, number one. It's a black woman standing up for herself in a sport that's predominantly white or other. I don't know. She obviously, if you did not watch that tournament, she was playing Naomi Osaka. She wound up losing that game, but she had a whole entire rant about this, and I was not mad at her for continuing to stay on this umpire. Did you see that, Andy?
I did 100%. And not to discredit them or anything like that, but when it comes to sports, you can't help but be passionate. You know what I'm saying? And you see this happen all the time, like in basketball, for example. A foul happens, there's going to be a player that's going to go ahead and protest that call or whatnot. But yeah, it is rare that you see the emotion coming from a woman at that, a black woman at that. So I understand the how strong, you know what I'm saying, the representation of what that is to stand up for yourself in the midst of, a situation where you feel like you're being, it's unfair. So it was a proud moment for sure.
It was a proud moment. Another proud moment. Yeah, Forrest Harrison says, I'm from Compton, fool. That's funny. Because Serena Williams is definitely representing Compton. I don't know if you remember, there was a scene where there was a video where she was on a field and she started doing the sea walk, and it was just it was funny. But people, I think she represents so much where she's from, and she represents women, of course, black women and athletes so well that you can't help but feel compelled to root for her, especially when she's so passionate the way that she is. And Andy, I agree with you that, just being an athlete, you are you are more likely to be very passionate than not. However, it's rare to see somebody use their passion against or towards someone like an umpire or a ref or something like that. Yeah.
But see, now as we're talking, it got me thinking about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
And like so now it's an issue with a black woman expressing emotion, regardless of how it looks or who the emotion is targeting, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, so you mean to tell me that a woman can't be emotional at all?
Well, a lot of people would say that. A lot of people would try to put a woman sort of in her place. This has been a conversation, you guys. And it's funny. Serena actually says, if we continue to play that clip, she talks about the fact, she's talking to two refs, and she says, I've seen men, by the way, she says, I've seen men do worse and be penalized worse than what she did. And she was deducted a point, but she's right. I did my own research. You know how I like to do on the Raw Report. And she's right. Now, I'm not going to say that this is a racism thing, but she could be right in the fact that this could be a sexism thing, for sure. There was I can't pronounce, I'm so sorry. I can't pronounce the name, but Alexander Zverev. I'm sorry, Alexander. He was allowed to continue his men's tournament after he took 4 swings at the umpire's chair. He hit the man's chair 4 times, nearly hitting him, okay? But he was continued. He was not fined. He was able to continue serving. Jared Donaldson, he also confronted the umpire in a very angry way. He refused to shake hands. This was in the Monte Carlo Masters. Dennis, the names, guys, the names, don't blame me. But there was another, he was a rising star, Dennis, who he yelled, shut the F up to the crowd. And this is after cursing out the umpire. This happens a lot with men. And like to Serena's point, this happens a lot with white men. And she's seen worse. And from what I've done, my research, I've also seen worse. And I just, all I'm going to say here is that I'm very proud to see these women stand up for themselves. To me, it's about being a woman. It is a bonus that they are black women, but it is definitely about women. So congratulations to women in tennis for your 50 years of equal pay, prize money. And I salute you, Coco Gauff, for standing up for yourself and confronting the umpire when it needs to be done. So shout out to them. When we come forward, we're going to talk about this Billy Porter thing. We got to talk about this Billy Porter situation, so we're going to do that. But right now, we got news, traffic, and sports. You are listening to The Raw Report on KBLA, Talk 1580.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Denzel Whitaker, and I'm on The Raw Report.
More of The Raw Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. President Biden says his administration is lowering costs for seniors on Medicare. The president announced Medicare will soon begin the first round of drug price negotiations under the Inflation Reduction Act. The prescription drugs include those that treat heart failure, blood clots, diabetes, and other illnesses. Meanwhile, FEMA is preparing for Hurricane Idalia as the storm is set to make landfall in Florida. FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell said personnel and resources are being deployed to Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. Criswell warned residents to take the storms seriously, as she expects Idalia to strengthen to a major hurricane by the time it makes landfall. She says high winds are expected, and the storm could bring up to 12 feet of storm surge in some areas along the western coast of Florida. I'm Esther Dillard from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
In Sylmar, 210 eastbound on McClay Street, we've got a brush fire and has that on-ramp blocked. You do have slowing as you make your way around that. In Pomona, 10 eastbound at Dudley Street, got that disabled vehicle and the center lane is blocked. It's going to be slow from Fairplex Drive. Downey, 105 eastbound after Bellflower Avenue, got a crash and the 2 left lanes are blocked. And in Garden Grove, 22 eastbound at Harbor, the right lane blocked with an accident.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. And right now, save 50% off any order during our Labor Day sale. Blindster.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
I'm a bad man.
The Dodgers are still the hottest team in baseball. They are 22-4 in August after beating Arizona Monday night. The Dodgers lead Arizona by 13 games in the NL West. The time is approaching soon when we can start thinking about magic numbers for the Dodgers to clinch the division. Congratulations to former UCLA quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson, a fifth-round pick of the Cleveland Browns. Browns coach Kevin Stefanski named Thompson-Robinson as the team's backup quarterback behind starter Deshaun Watson. Thompson-Robinson had a very impressive preseason. In 3 games, he threw for 348 yards and 2 touchdowns. The best thing Stefanski likes about Thompson-Robinson is the poise and confidence he has demonstrated in practice and the games. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Gotta stay fresh, my house shot with a red spot, shot with a red spot, shot with a red spot.
Have you visited us online for the grand opening of KBLA.store? For the best in new merch, gift ideas, books, media, and more, log on to KBLA.store. Be sure to check out our KBLA team favorites at KBLA.store today. That's KBLA.store for all the official merch on your favorite talk radio station, KBLA Talk 1580.
Bounce is back.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation.
In August 2020, after the death of George Floyd, Bridget Floyd and other family members established the George Floyd Memorial Foundation in support of the Black community.
It's going to take more than just us as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to make a change.
Fight for racial justice for the Black community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action is the youth component of the impactful CBO, known as the Community Coalition. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action has chapters at almost every South LA high school. Say Yeah, as they are popularly known, is located at 80th and Vermont, but serves young people all over South LA. Under the Coco umbrella, they train youth organizers, help underserved scholars prepare for college, and work with students to help them gain admission to top universities. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action fosters teen activism, where young people have led campaigns moving tens of millions of dollars to South LA schools and forcing officials to make AP classes available to students in under-resourced institutions. SCEL scholars have taken part in the March on Washington, been published in major news outlets, and been elected to city council. Long before she was mayor, Karen Bass started the program when she founded the Community Coalition. To donate, volunteer, or enroll a student in South Central Youth Empowered Through Action, please visit cocsouthla.org. cocsouthla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I'm Reverend Gerald, the life coach. Is someone you love struggling with addiction and mental illness? Is improving your family's health important? Want to leave a legacy that your family can grow? Are you ready to enhance your perception of life experiences? Then wake up weekends at 7 a.m. with Urban Family Focus and get the wisdom, opportunity, resources, and motivation to live your best life. Join the conversation on Urban Family Focus Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black. Keeping you informed about what's really going on.
Who's got next?
And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, I hope you are jamming wherever you are. You are inside the Raw Report, and if you are just joining me here, we just broke down Coco Gauff, Venus Williams, or no, it was Serena Williams. Okay, Robin, calm down. We're talking about, we are inside the 50-year anniversary of equal pay for women, getting that prize money, that equal prize money. How awesome of a time is this? Well, we are joined right now on the phone by the Whitley J. Yates, contributor of the day. How are you today, Whitley?
I'm so excited to be joining. Let's go.
Let's go. Are you dancing too? Are you dancing to Michael right now, Whitley?
Absolutely. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. I don't know who want to be starting something, but I don't want no smoke. All right. Anyway, I can tell you who want to be starting something is Billy Porter. Man, Billy Porter is really something else right now. But here's the deal. I hear where he's coming from. Listen, Billy Porter has called himself going off on Anna Wintour. Now, Anna Wintour, whom the world knows, she is very famous for her short bob and her dark shades. And we know her, she's synonymous with Vogue, and as well as the Met Gala. And apparently she has banned Billy Porter from coming to the Met Gala. Now, these are reports, and so she's banned him reportedly from the Met Gala for calling her the B word. But let's talk about where this stems from. A recent cover of Vogue, Harry Styles, he's a British singer, but he's very, very famous. A lot of people know him. He's a white man, and he was on the cover, and he's the first male solo person who was on the cover, and he is in a gender fluid outfit. Now, he's sort of coming out on the cover of Vogue as being, the first or whatever. And Billy Porter obviously had a problem with that. He had recently, prior to that, had a recent interview with Anna Wintour, and he's saying that he's not getting the credit that he's due. He's basically calling her out because he is the first to rock that gender fluid fashion. And so the question to you, Whitley, first of all, you break it down for me how you feel about it. And does he have a point here? Does he have a reason to be upset? Is that valid?
I do not agree that he has a reason to be upset.
Ooh, okay.
I
all right,
really
let's hear it.
Cap for Billy. I wanted to cap for Billy.
Okay.
But, sir, you do not own the rights to men wearing skirts. Like, it's a trend. It's something that many men are doing these days. Mm-hmm. They're painting their nails. They're wearing skirts. The Irish are out here wearing kilts. Like, I just don't understand his ownership of a trend. I don't understand it.
I don't know if we were ready. I don't know if people were ready. Now, it's not that you are wrong. I agree with you, actually. I think that someone had to check me about that. Sometimes in the past, I've been nervous to sort of venture into another field that I have friends in this field and they're dominating that field. And I had a friend of mine say, this is when I was doing some comedy back in the day. A friend of mine who's a comedian, she was like, none of us own the genre of comedy and of stand-up comedy. You can do whatever you want. You can come into a different field and you shouldn't feel nervous about going into it because no one owns it. So I hear that point, but do you hear his point of saying he's the one who sort of put it on the map? Now, there were people who've done it before. Let's talk about Jaden Smith. There's some people, like you mentioned. I actually did a red carpet. Goodness, I can't remember the movie right now, nor can I remember the actor, but he appeared on the carpet in a kilt as well. I mean, this is not necessarily new. My belief is that Billy Porter feels that he was the one who put it on the map and maybe should have been the one on the cover or at least given due credit. So you are disagreeing with this still?
Yes, and this is why. Listen, Billy Porter's been wearing dresses and skirts for quite some time. So has Young Thug and other people. Mm-hmm. My issue that I'm taking with Billy is that he's upset he didn't get the cover. Because if you think back to 2019 when he wore that like black velveteen gown to the Oscars, I believe, he got a whole write-up in Vogue.
He did.
About why he chose to wear the dress, et cetera. he's been in Vogue, right?
Mm-hmm.
What Drake say? You can't tell me you model if you ain't been in Vogue. He's been in Vogue. It's just he hasn't had the cover. And that's what he wants. That's the problem. That's the issue. That's where it all lies. It's not that Vogue hasn't covered his fashion. It's not that he hasn't been in Harper's Bazaar and all these other different Hollywood Reporter. I remember they did Essence. He's done Allure. It's not that he hasn't been there. It's that he wants the cover. If you're going to put a man in a dress on the cover, it needs to be me. And I just don't necessarily agree with that. I think that it's a trend, and maybe he can say he started the trend. Okay. However, people are able to capitalize off a trend and get noticed for it. Billy.
Okay.
Really?
Well, we're standing not completely on opposite sides of this issue. I think that I understand it a little bit more. I tend to be more sensitive when people are making let's say I tend to be a little bit more open, not than you, I'm not comparing myself to you at all, but I'm just talking about myself here. I tend to be more open, and I look with the lens of when people are saying, hey, if this weren't for because Vogue, we know that this is a Anta Wintour herself is a white woman, so this is a predominantly white dominated field, number one. And then, of course, we're talking about Vogue, where it's predominantly white. Now, that's not to say black men and women have not been on the cover and that they are not spread throughout the magazines. That's not to say that. But he made a good point that I believe in what Billy Porter is saying could be true, that he says because Harry Styles, he's using our community. He's talking about the gay community here. Now, he's using our community, and he is a white male, and that is the reason he ended up on this cover. Do you think he has any validity when it comes to that? That maybe even with now, I understand as an editor-in-chief, and when you have to make all these kinds of decisions as a business, I do understand how you can make business moves, even sometimes at the expense of hurting other people's feelings. I get that for sure. Sometimes Anna Wintour wouldn't be Anna Wintour if she didn't have to make these hard choices and hard decisions oftentimes. Do you think that there is any validity in what he's saying in terms of it being a white male that got Harry Styles this cover?
No, the Leviticus Clause, they love everybody. They're inclusive to, hold up, fluid. They tell us, right, that it's not about what you wear, but how you feel on the inside, that the external clothes and the things like that don't make up the ideology of who you are as a person. So to say, well, he's a white male, don't they accept that in the Leviticus Clause? They do accept that in the LGBTQIA plus community. No, he's gatekeeping. He's gatekeeping. And I would, you know what? Part of me was going to say, culture vultures, but then I would have to accept that black men wearing gowns, dresses, and skirts is a part of black culture. So that's a reach. It's a reach, and it's far from me. So I'm happy that he didn't try and say that it was, culture vulture as far as the black community. So I'm happy he didn't say that. But to say, oh, well, he's a white male. I mean, there's a lot of Leviticus that are white males. I think he's reaching. I think it's a reach. Explain it. Can you go a little deeper for me, Robin? Can you go a little deeper? Can you break it down a little more?
Well, this is
what
I
dissect the skirt.
I would break it down. Listen, by all means, I hear your point. I'm not sure that he's. I just don't know where
That's like say Elton John. That's like say Elton John can't wear a. Like, come on, Elton John is a white male.
Sure.
A part of the Leviticus tribe.
I believe what Billy Porter is saying is that I'm not trying to put words in the man's mouth, but I'm just trying to look from that lens, okay? I'm just saying it seems as though when you say Harry Styles can end up on the cover, when I just sat down with you for an interview, we just had a conversation here talking about this gender fluid fashion, and you can't put me, but here's, again, going back to the business decisions, Harry Styles is a world, I won't call him a phenom, but he is definitely a worldwide icon, for lack of a better word. He is very much that guy. Andy doing some numbers? You doing some? Oh, no, you're not doing no numbers for me. Okay. He don't care. Now, Harry Styles is that guy. Billy Porter does not necessarily have that kind of reach. So, again, business-wise, I can see why that would make it, that would make her decision more than anything else. I just don't, number one, outside of that, I don't believe that Billy Porter should let his feelings get in the way of something that could harm him in the future career-wise. Now, calling her out of her name, number one, I'm automatically gonna push back on that. That is unnecessary.
That's sassy. It's too zesty.
It's too
It's a little
zesty.
zesty.
He getting a little
It's
too
a little
spicy.
zesty. He didn't get his way.
Yeah, I don't like
and
that.
I think, is Billy Porter hot right now?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
He's not.
Harry Styles just dropped a song last month. Are you hot right now? Have you created a level of public persona where people want to see you on the cover of Vogue? I'm not sure if he's where he thinks that he is. It's giving temper tantrum. It's giving lashing out.
It is.
And listen,
it is
I'm not
that.
a big Harry Styles fan. A lot of people love Harry Styles. Who is that man? I don't really know him, from a can of paint, but I know that he released a song because he's all over the media. I know he had a love affair with holding hands with some lady because it's all in the tabloids. I haven't heard much about Billy lately. I think,
Billy, what I have heard about Billy, and we did not cover it here on this show, just because it's just, I don't know. It's to me, it's back pocket information. But the fact that he says he's probably going to lose his home because of the strike, again, because people aren't working here. Yeah.
Key Valley. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on there. However, I did want to make mention of this point. Marcus Atkins says that's like KRS-One getting upset when Lauryn Hill was the face of hip hop on the cover of Rolling Stone years ago. He didn't feel she earned the right to be on the cover. That's a great point. Forrest Harrison says, I want to be the first black man, on the cover of Vogue wearing tidy whitey. Okay, this is funny.
Oh Lord!
And
if you
another
believe you can achieve.
That's what I'm saying. Marcus Atkins, another great point, said point blank, Billy Porter felt he should have the cover as the face of male gender fluid fashion and not Harry Styles. And the reason I think that is literally the quintessential point here is because even like to your point, Whitley, you're saying that they made such a big deal. Vogue made such a big deal of when Billy Porter wore that gown and to the Oscars. It was everywhere. He won. He got best dressed. He was in all the articles, all the news. He was covering all the blogs. Everybody covered him. And it was such a big deal that he became sort of that face of gender fluid fashion. And if Vogue covered him then, why not put him on the cover, the actual cover, and give that to Harry Styles? I think ultimately that is the point.
Yeah.
And so I would
that
tend
was
to agree
also
with
4
him there.
years ago. That was also 2019. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if Harry Styles was in bell bottoms. The only reason we're having this conversation is because he had on a skirt. That's the only reason that it's even a topic, because if Harry Styles was on the cover, nobody would care, and it would be something that we as the black community wouldn't even know, to be honest. So it's simply the skirt that is causing the frustration.
Yeah.
But I do understand this idea of being a curator and an innovator of a trend or a style and not receiving your just due promotion or your respect. Put some respect on his name. And I think that that's what Billy Porter is requesting. But I think the way that he went about it was not diplomatic. Now he's X'd out from the Met Gala, and he's about to lose his home, which is like a double entendre strike. So was this the best way to go about it, Sir Billy?
Man.
I don't know. I don't know if he approached it in the right way, Brother Billy.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for Billy. It ain't looking too good. But we will keep you posted, obviously, here on the Raw Report. We'll see. Now, 67% of you say that he does not have a right to be upset at the cover of a Harry's Vogue cover, and 33% of you say yes, he does have a right. So listen, most people are agreeing with you here, Whitley. I was trying to be the advocate here and try to look at this brother's point, but listen, I guess it ain't that. All right, Whitley, I appreciate you so much for calling in. Let everybody know where they can find you online.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Raw Report. You can find me at Whitley J. Yates on Instagram and Twitter. Keep believing, keep dreaming, and keep doing.
We appreciate you so much. Enjoy your night.
Have a good
When
night.
we come forward, of course, we've got your Who's Got Next and what not to miss. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl BB, and you're listening to me on the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California and around the country to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. As part of JP Morgan Chase commitment, they are taking action to help improve financial wealth and access to banking in the Black community, helping more people open low-cost checking and savings accounts, hosting community seminars with supporting Black-led institutions by building awareness about financial investments, hiring community managers, and opening community center branches like Crenshaw, Inglewood, and downtown LA. Visit today, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Again, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Get the tools to help reach your financial goals. Visit today, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Again, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new place. Nothing is every day.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands for Unity and Healing. African Focus Incorporated is a nonprofit organization based in California that focuses on the growth and well-being of Africans all around the world. Their mission is to promote the well-being of people of African descent through knowledge and appreciation of one another by building a bridge of love and understanding. African Focus Incorporated strives for cultural, educational, and economic growth. They're the organization behind the African Family Induction Ceremony, African Goodwill Awards, African Focus Trailblazer Tours, African Dance Competition, and Showcase Los Angeles, Family Day, Good News Windows Microfinance Project, and more. To volunteer, travel with African Focus, or to attend one of their community building events, please call 310-676-7730. That's 310-676-7300. Or visit AfricanFocus.org. This is a diaspora-wide community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Raw Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, let's go ahead and get into this this Who's Got Next. I love this song. This is Olivia Dean. This is called Dive.
It isn't working. I'm a tidal wave of question marks, and you're just surfing. Leaning into me like it's a knot. It's so crazy lately. You just understand my feelings. Make me see I'm capable and fine. And feeling beautified tonight. I'm ready to dive. Maybe it's the loving in your eyes. Maybe
add that one to your playlist. That's called Dive. Wow, that is fire. Olivia, Miss Dean, that is straight fire. You guys, you're feeling it. Forrest Harrison says, okay, yeah, I'm feeling that. Marcus Atkins says, wow, that song needs to be on heavy rotation on the radio. I completely agree. Penny Thompson says, nice choice, great vibe. Looks like Mimi is feeling it as well. DJ Black 909 says, reminds me of Adele. She's got that soul orchestra vibe, definitely. Marcus Atkins says, it's giving 1970s groove with some hip hop. Well, I love it. All that and more. You guys, it's been a great show. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate the engagement. It was really nice. We're going to come back tomorrow, of course. You already know, but you also know not to change the dial. Stay right here on the station because you know Zoe Williams is coming up next. And this one is going to be good. The topic is the gaslight recovery victim. Whoa, the gaslight recovery victim. Okay. Getting into a whole discussion on gaslighting. That sounds like something that I would be interested in listening to. So you guys don't change that channel. I'm your host, Robin Ayers. And remember today and every day forward to be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Nearly 24 Florida